Hey there, everyone. Just wanted to say a real quick hi, give the treats up to the dogs, and then we've got a new case to talk about. Yep, dogs want treats, don't they? Here we go.
Aloha and welcome to the Lokomai life.
I sit here trying to start and they're begging me for the treats like crazy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they can drive you crazy. So anyhow, welcome everyone. I've been chatting in chat off and on throughout today. So we got some good people we got to say hi to. And also let me pull over my chat so we can do that real quickly. We had, let's see. Who all did we have? Oh my gosh, most of it just got pulled away. So let me come back into chat on this side instead, because I can then say, hello, everything true crime. How you doing, my dear? And yeah, we had other people, but I think it cut out the comments from earlier today. So it's been too long. So if you got in earlier, I'm sorry, I forget there was one other person and I forget who it was, but I love you still. And remind me when you pop in, remind me if you were that person, because I am going to be mad with myself until I figure out who that is. So everything true crime. Hey, 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 girl. And let me just take it down here instead. Now we have everything true crime, followed by Mama Jane Star. Mama Jane, yeah, I haven't seen you. Well, we've seen each other little places here or there, or sent a text and all that, but I'm happy to see you here today, really. And let's see, who else do we have? Oh, Tammy. Thanks, Tammy, for making it. Oh, my gosh, that's awesome. And Tammy was like, so sad. In fact, I'm going to share this. So sad. With each child I see, someone wants to make a new law. Bobby law, Ariel law. Now it's Harmony's law. I say, not one more child. The system's broken. Not one. Bingo. We're trying to fix a system with Band-Aids. And that's the problem. Okay. If you've got a broken leg, you're not going to put a Band-Aid on top of it. You got to fix the bone. Then you cast it and do the rest of the stuff. You got to fix it. And that's the problem. We keep putting Band-Aids after Band-Aids after Band-Aids. And yes, while the Band-Aid might heal the little scrape on the outside of the skin, it's not solving the problem we have going on there. So thank you, Tammy, for that. And Jet's mom, yeah, this one is... I wasn't following this one for a while here because there's so many other people who need their name out and haven't even gotten their name mentioned out on social media. But what is concerning me is Angel, her story is disappearing and we can't let it disappear. We need to make sure it stays in the forefront of people because a 3-month-old should not go missing. No. Siren. Love you, my dear. I've been talking with you and hopping back and forth between different chats. Awesome chat, by the way, not related to what we do here, but Think Dragon. If you've got a channel and you would like someone to kind of look at your channel, he really has been a major help for me and many, many others in the community. And taking a look at your channel, okay, your homepage of your channel and coming up with ideas that might help you. And then networking. Because that's the one thing we don't have a lot of here is networking among our channels. So for those of you, if you're interested in that, send me a text. Okay, send me a message and I'll send you his channel. But Think Dragon, he's been amazing help lately. So Jet's mom, Siren, everything. Aussie True Crime made it. Hey, my dear. And Sleuth Mom, thank you. Sleuth Mom is working really hard on keeping Angel's name in the forefront and not forgetting her. Tana, here she goes, has come, here she comes, she's here with us now. Hey, girl. Let's see who else we have here. So I think that's it. So let me hide that last comment and let's go ahead and start talking about Angel. Angel, like I said, has been missing now for what, 8, 9 months? Well, no, 7 months, something like that. She looks nothing like the pictures that we're all seeing. Okay, how many of you guys have kids out there? I'm sorry, from 3 months to 10 months, did they look alike? No. And we're going to talk about that, but that's one reason why, and I'm going to bring the picture back up later on during the video. But what I have here, you notice what looks like two different babies up here. That is what we expect Angel looks like today. Now, I'll talk about how that was put together because that's another whole issue I have with the system right now. But we saw her as a newborn, as a baby infant. And now we've got a 10-month-old. Okay, someone who's coming up on toddlerhood, coming up pretty soon here. And she's going to have changed in that time frame. And when I go in and I did her little thumbnail and I'm like 1 foot 6 inches, and I'm like, no, 8 pounds, no, she's not going to be that anymore. And we are out there looking for that. That's not going to be what's going to be helping us right now. So we need to be able to look for other stuff. So Angel herself, she went missing in West Virginia. And we're going to go through the whole story because this story literally has so many different things that could be going on. Yes, our gut is telling us one specific thing is going on. But if you pull out the speculation and stuff, there are so many different possibilities out here. And most of them are not good for Angel, no matter what. Most of them are not good for Angel. Angel was given birth to by her mom, Julie May, on February 11th. So we're coming close up to her birthday, just a little over a month. Actually, tomorrow it'll be 1 month until she'll be 11 months old, 1 month before her birthday. She actually gave birth at her mom's house. And after giving birth, she went to the hospital and stayed at the hospital for 5 days. Now, for various reasons, she lost custody at birth. However, while in the hospital, one of the important things that happened is that she listed on the birth certificate Shannon Overstreet. Now, as we go through this, we are going to start discovering something. Shannon is not Angel's dad. That was not known at the time, but that's what happened. So birth certificate was showing Shannon as dad. So when you hear me talk about Shannon, we are talking about dad. On February 16th, Shannon was brought home from the hospital. So Shannon brought Angel home from the hospital. So he seemed, if you look at his Facebook, he's definitely, I'll own up to it. He looked like a very loving father. He was proud to bring his little angel home, as he was saying, his little angel home. Hey, that girl. He was bringing his little angel home from the hospital. He was excited about it. He had new life with his little girl, and he was excited about that. So they came home on February 16th. Now, for the next 3 weeks, not much happened that we know about at this point. The next major date in her life was actually on March 11th. March 11th is the last time that mom saw Angel. So remember, mom lost custody at birth, and she ended up going over to her dad's house, or her dad's house. During a visit, mom was continuing to visit and all that. And on the 11th, that was her last time visiting with her daughter. The next day, March 12th, there was an incident between Shannon and his mother, Connie. Connie was assaulted by her son, Angel's dad. Assaulted not just the normal, like any assault is normal, but okay, big fight, blow up, okay, maybe words, maybe a slap or a hit or whatever. No, this assault landed his mom in the hospital. She has since been in either a nursing home or a rehab, but in a long-term care facility since then. She has had multiple surgeries to deal with the injuries that she sustained during that assault. This is not the first time that Shannon has a history with someone, an assault. There have been other people who have popped up through Facebook. Now, I have not brought up names and all that, but there's been enough that I can kind of feel safe saying he's been in past abusive relationships. There were other women who had claimed that they had been together and her stillborn child was stillborn due to abusive behavior. So this is not something new for this guy. I'm not even going to call him a gentleman, this guy. Okay, mom now is in a nursing home rehab. The thought is she's most likely never going to be able to live independently again due to the injuries that she sustained during that assault. So yeah, we have got some majorly definite things. Yes, the original Facebook messages when he brought his baby home, he was so proud and all that, and he sounded like a new father with a brand new baby little girl. But that doesn't stop. If there's issues with potential abuse, those issues are still there. And so as that time went on, March continued on. Sometime in March, we're not sure exactly on the date, but questions started very early on as to whether or not he was Angel's dad. Okay, mom had other relationships during that time frame, and the family felt that Angel could potentially be this other Elijah, his child. So during this questioning, going back and forth and things like that, basically what ended up happening is a decision was made. Let's do a paternity test. Paternity test was done, and on March 13th, the results were announced. Now, this is where things start to go down. I'm going to try to do what I can to help you guys and read some of these things here. There, now I can read them better. Okay, and I've got a bunch of different things to help out with this. This was something that was said, a text message between Shannon, okay, the guy who thought he was dad, and the biological father's sister, if I recall correctly. So basically, before the test, there was the comment that coming from Shannon, she ain't going nowhere now, take care and goodbye. And then Angel's auntie came back, we'll be getting a paternity test and going from there. I'm not doing it for Julie. Angel is my niece biologically and my parents' granddaughter biologically. And so we'll see you in court. And I was trying to be nice and work with you. Then what you're seeing there as the attachment there, hello, Miss Amber. The attachment you're seeing, drive safe, my dear. The attachment you're seeing right there is actually the paternity test. And so comes back, he is not dad. The response he comes with the auntie is, well, good luck, laughing out loud, especially when my family is the CPS and the law. And again, whose name's on the birth certificate? Mine. Thank you. Bye-bye. So, hi, Seal, and welcome, my dear. And so Auntie came back, well, once we go to court and prove we're the biological family, we will get custody, but thanks for threatening us. It makes it easier, and keeping a kid who isn't yours is beyond fucked up, dude. Our family wasn't even given a chance to get a test or anything because of Julie. Just remember, this isn't our fault. And you think we don't know people. So there are a lot of concerns here throughout the whole time because CPS involvement in the case, so many other different things. This guy had an abusive history, things like that. Okay, relationships with law enforcement, things like that could have been very much something here. I agree, Sleuth Mom. Okay, Sleuth Mom just popped up saying these text messages have always made me wonder if he handed her off. I have wondered if this is a case of, well, if I can't have her, no one will, or if I can't have her, no one they know will. And I'll go hand her off to someone else. Because he does seem like he truly loved her. The only problem that makes me wonder is his past abusive behavior. If this had been a guy without past abusive behavior, I think I would feel very comfortable saying this was a handoff. And um, so sorry, I got little dogs growling at each other. So the test results did come out. We now know Elijah was the dad. The next couple weeks kind of came on, and during this time, there was a lot of going back and forth about what was happening. So, sorry guys, let me put him down. So Shannon definitely took to Facebook quite a bit. This guy really explained his emotions on Facebook. So on March 19th, he came out and he informed everyone on Facebook that he was not Angel's dad, saying, I'm the most heartbroken I've ever been, y'all. I was lied to, and this is why I stay single, totally hurt right now. She's not my child. And guys, I can understand him on that level. Okay, anyone who has ever had a child and she's just a couple months old right here, barely a month old, that relationship you're developing, and he was the caregiver. So I could see him being totally distraught at this point. And that shows this here. Later on the same day, he was, sorry, y'all, but I really don't want to talk to anyone. I'm sure he had tons of people contacting him to talk with him. I'm so in my thoughts and in my head. And yes, I'm man enough to say and crying, but I just don't want to be bothered. And then, so he was falling apart at that point, and that makes sense. It really honestly does make sense. I have to, no matter what he may or may not have done, you got to, yeah, it had to hurt. It had to hurt to find this out. So the messages continued on. The next morning, okay, there was follow-up messages. So yeah, this is my daughter regardless, if she is mine biologically. I'm going to keep her and love her like she's my own. Nobody's going to come between our daddy-daughter bond, just the two of us. So we're starting to see something here. And this is what started worrying me at this point is it had to be the two of them. And yes, I think most people in that situation would probably think at some point that, oh, yeah, it's going to be me. I'll be able to win. I'll be able to fight and win and stuff like that. But there's other red flags within here that scare you. A couple days later, as he's starting to calm down or work through things, at least, we get another follow-up. So friends and foes, I need some advice because this is really hard for me to make. Well, I got a message today from the baby's biological father's sister. So I guess it's the baby's biological aunt, and she wants custody of Angel. And I've already got the special bond between her. You know, what the fuck should I do? And what's the right thing to do? Because I don't know what to do. So please let me know what y'all think. So hi, Aquarian baby. Hey, and Christola. Love you, my dear. Thank you both so much. So he's trying to figure out what to do at this point. And then it's cut off here. You notice on the same day, he's making a decision to sell the farm. Now, how that fits into the thing, whether it's to raise money for a lawsuit, whether it's for whatever reason, who knows? But it's all happening. His mind is running at 1,000 miles an hour right now, just trying to figure out how can I keep this little girl that has been mine for her whole life. And so this is going on. And then a couple weeks later on April 14th, I'm sorry, gang, people are very, very upset. I've got upset dogs right now who want my attention. He got a letter in the mail basically saying that there had been an official paternity complaint filed by Angel's dad, biological father. And in this case, it's basically saying, hey, this is my child, not yours. And I want my daughter back. So he, again, took to social media as he tended to do. Little pissed off today, got this letter in the mail. Angel's biological father is taking me to court to get Angel. So just got to leave it in the Lord's hands. Everything happens for a reason. So maybe this is the best thing, even though it hurts. So throughout this time, he definitely, you can see he's thinking different things. He is trying to come up with an idea of what's best. And it isn't like he's just grabbed the child and run or something like that. He is fighting ideas. But again, as we said at the beginning, he also has an abusive history too. Okay. And those are things that all of this together, you're setting yourself up with so many red flags. You're setting up for a dangerous situation here. So, the paternity complaint was done. He posted at that point on the 23rd just to tell everyone what was going on. Our next time, and again, I wanted to share with you guys the picture of what she would look like today based off of a community member's age progression. Let me get the dog, sorry. And so let me go on. A couple weeks go by, and we come to this. Basically, another picture. His Facebook is loaded with pictures. His social media is loaded with pictures. This is the last picture of Angel. Now, this picture has caused a lot of concern with a lot of people right now. Angel was always in color photos. This is the only photo in black and white among all the photos. Now, does that mean anything? No. But is it something weird? Yes. Okay, some people have looked at it and they're like, oh, I can see something with a pic. Okay, there's just her eyes. Something's off there. It's kind of like we see, and unfortunately, that's the thing with pictures. You catch someone in a millisecond and you don't know what's going on 20 minutes before that picture or 20 seconds after. Either direction, okay? So it's important for us to know that this picture isn't saying anything specific, but it is one thing for sure. It's the last picture that was ever taken of the Angel. And so it's okay, Cristela, we're good. And so as we go through this, let's see, sorry. On May 7th, at this point, so about 7 days after this occurred, there was a discussion going on between Shannon and Angel's mom. So not sure what was going on within it, but basically they got talking and Shannon told Angel's mom that Angel was with a babysitter. The babysitter were friends and they were taking care of her for a couple days. And that was the last time that Shannon really kind of had any information about, oh, something's going on and all that. So here we go. On the May 11th now, we had this new Facebook post. So what basically had happened during this day is CPS had come and according to, let me quote that, according to Shannon, CPS came in and took Angel. Missing in life, no problem. Oh, keep busy because it'll keep you very, very quick day. Sorry, gang. And you guys eat your treats. Okay. So what he said at this time on May 11th is, so, okay, I'm definitely not in a good mood. Yes, CPS came and took Angel yesterday. So the last time now we can say the last time that Angel was seen by anyone is May 10th, last day. I'm done with family and done with everyone around here. My neighbor wants to buy my farm and I'm getting the fuck out of here. Think I'm gonna work my way up to California. Maybe I'm a bad person or bad dad. I don't know, but keep your comments to yourself. I'm just better off alone anyways. We don't know what's behind this. Okay, he all of a sudden says someone from CPS comes to pick up Angel. And now all of a sudden he's leaving where he lives. He's talking about maybe I was a bad dad, maybe I was all these things. Lot of red flags. right there in just that one message. A lot of red flags. So things continue on another couple weeks, and then on May 24th, he posts again. Now, this time what's happened is he's had an actual visit from CPS. He continues, okay, I'm highly pissed right now. And well, as you know, CPS in Huntington took Angel from me, and Kentucky is asking where the baby is, that Huntington is saying they don't have the baby. Now, so Angel is missing, and how the fuck do they misplace a baby? And now they're talking federal charges like I'm getting pissed. I need prayers and patience not to flip the fuck out on these people. Okay, so long story short, did someone come and take Angel on the 10th? We don't know. That's part of the issue here. Did something happen to Angel on the 10th, May 10th? Whether it was something that Shannon did to her, which triggered that Facebook message on the 11th, or did someone come by and fake that they were CPS and grab her, which is what he's saying happened. And a lot of different potential things that could be going on in this case. Again, a lot of red flags, though, also. And that's where we run into so many concerns here. So at this point, he goes and tells them that he had, oh, no, CPS. I relinquished custody. 2 weeks ago, someone came to my door and I gave them Angel. I have not seen from Angel yet. I've seen Angel since. I haven't heard about it, but she left on that day. And so, of course, there's a lot of concerns at that point. Was that true? Was it not? So there are a lot of communication. Police department were informed immediately that CPS was following. Okay, West Virginia, see, again, we're dealing 2 different states again. West Virginia CPS was made contact with the police department in Kentucky, saying that they had this issue going on and there were just a lot of things that needed checked into. So things were checked into and reported that there was a missing child and all, and the case was found unsubstantiated by CPS and the police department. They really could not find anything saying that, yeah, this child had been picked up or anything. The other thing that happened on the 24th that kind of changed a couple of things at that time was Shannon was arrested. Now, Shannon was not arrested for anything related to Angel's disappearance. He was actually arrested in relation to his mom's assault and battery. Remember the assault back March 12th. So at this point, the police went ahead and arrested him for assault and battery and malicious wounding. He was then put into the Western Regional Jail and charged with those things. His mom's residence and his residence were then searched and vehicles were searched. Nothing was found that we know about. Now, I'm going to address something at the end of this, and that has to do with police department really honestly not giving out much information about this case. And as I said, the reason why I decided to go ahead and cover this case today is because it is disappearing from the eyesight of most people out there. Okay, to begin with, very few people knew about her to begin with, but at least some people did know. And so on the 23rd of June, what ended up happening, there was a piece of property in Kentucky, in Olive Hill, Kentucky, that has a pond in it. That property is owned by Shannon. Okay, they went and they drained the pond, they searched the pond, they did everything that they needed to do for that. Unfortunately, there have been no results. And that's where I wanted to lead up to this little discussion here. And a rally. There is a rally that's actually going to be happening on, let's see, January 11th. Okay, I have this really small 9 p.m. to 5 p.m. and I've got all the information there if you're in the area. Sorry, here goes stop bird again. Unfortunately, we all see issues with police when we're dealing with these types of cases. They run the gamut of information from letting you know almost what feels like every single step to the cases like Angels where they're not telling us anything. And unfortunately, I'm not saying that police need to tell us every single thing out there. No, they don't, because they need to hold things back because that's what's going to help them make their case. But the problem is when they don't say anything for months and months on end at times, you start getting this feeling that, is anything happening? Because no one's speaking up for this little girl right now. This little girl is still missing. She's coming up on being 1 year old in 1 month. Okay, and she's been missing for 9 of those months. There's a problem there. Why the heck is she not being screamed from every rooftop? Okay, it's almost like our media and us as people don't want to look at these stories because it hurts to look at these stories. Okay, we had a time, I remember back when we had the milk cartons with faces on them and all that, that disappeared. At least I don't think they do it anymore. And we would have, I remember as a little kid, I'd watch TV, and if a child went missing or something, you heard about it. Same thing with runaways. You wouldn't hear as much about runaways, but I'd even read about it once in a while when I was a child. But now so many people are scared of looking at the situation because if you mention someone's run away, oh, well, you might actually be giving people peer pressure and maybe another child will run away. No. We need to bring these things to, you know what, by talking about how other kids run away, maybe kids who are running away will feel more comfortable speaking up and saying, you know what, I'm really thinking I might be doing this, but I don't want to do it because I'm hearing all these other stories. And I agree, Sleuth Mom, we need our milk cartons back. There's so many things I'm working, okay, I've got a Discord that I've just joined that has been amazing group of amazing men and women who are trying to make a difference in this. Are there ways that we can get pictures of these kids or descriptions of these kids out quicker? Can we use the internet? We're in this time where we can move news so quickly. Okay, yesterday, Bob Saget passed away and people knew within minutes. Yet we can't get the word out that Angel is missing. And she was 3 months old when she went missing. That's where we need to be doing. And that's why, on the 11th, actually tomorrow, there is going to be the rally. And it's a peaceful rally. None of these rallies are about causing problems. It's about bringing awareness that something has to happen. We can't keep putting Band-Aids on all these broken arms. We've got to set the bone. We've got to find out what has gone wrong with our system. We've got to work together and come up with ways of doing it. Okay, one of them, in fact, I think it was Sleuth Mom, came up with an amazing idea, and correct me if I'm wrong, Sleuth Mom, of being able, when you go into a grocery store, Piggly Wiggly's, Albertson, Safeway, wherever it is in your area, to be able to change a little bit of information on the bottom of that receipt with information about a missing child. I mean, right now, I go to CVS and I get my receipt and I get a longer receipt of just coupons. What about one of those coupons being information on a missing child? Something so simple and so easy, and yet you can catch it. okay, so quickly. Get the word out about a runaway who might be in the process right now, be safe, but tomorrow is going to get picked up by a sex trafficker and won't ever be seen again because now they're in that whole process. And once you get in, it's so hard to get pulled out of. But maybe we could have caught it during that time. So these are the things we need to be looking at. And I'm Missing Monday started as just getting the word out about missing kids that weren't being covered on all the other channels. Yes, Missing Mondays is still there, but we need to start having this discussion. Okay, Moms for the Missing. Okay, Sleuth Mom. Okay, Tech Crimes. All these channels are coming together and we're trying to find solutions. Okay, we talk about using YouTube for good. Not for the views, not for the money, not for all that, but to solve the problem. So let's do that. Okay. Wanted to bring up here. Now, every picture that you see of Angel is going to be one of the pictures that you see, like on the left, this little 3-month-old child. She's 10 months old, almost 11 months old tomorrow. She's not going to look like that anymore. Now, the problem is this. People have been asking for an age progression of this little girl. They cannot get one done professionally. The reason why no one will do it professionally is because the rule is that you don't do age progressions until a person's been missing for 2 years. Because people don't change in 2 years, right? I don't. I look the same 2 years ago as compared to now. I just a little extra weight and stuff like that. But a 3-month-old child? 3-month-old child within a couple months, they're totally looking different. So we need to start really looking at stuff like that. Because if someone is out there looking for that little baby on the left, that's not who they're going to, okay, maybe she was handed off to someone. It's very possible she was handed off. He did love her. Okay, maybe he did hand her off, but no one's going to have any inkling of what she looks like because all we see is the infant, the real tiny little infant. So what happened is someone in one of the various groups that are out there went on to Face App. We all play with that app all the time, okay? I've played with that app more times than I care to say, and I never would have thought about using that. I've done the age progression of myself, done me as a child, done me as older, things like that. Using that app to come up with this. And I thought that was ingenious, truly ingenious to come up with that. So if people can share that information here, okay, if you take a clip, maybe I'll work on a new thumbnail, okay, instead of just having the baby pic, I'll add that one in. Okay, I'll work on that a little later today so we actually have both of them in there. Get the word out about what she looks like now. Because someone out there could know the story that we need that information. And so there's so much that needs to be done right now in this case, in so many other cases. Angel right there, she's not that little girl there. And that's why I'm saying now that I'm looking at this and thinking as I'm talking to you guys, this little thumbnail probably needs to be redone and add in the age progression photo because she's not going to look like that. She's not going to be 8 pounds anymore. I'm not a mom. I honestly don't know what an 11-month-old child would weigh. Maybe those of you in chat might have a better idea. Let me see what I got here from Sleuth Mom. Her case, if she's out there, we need a tip leading to her being found because people will not recognize her. Yes. Shannon was talking to several women, and I get concerned one may have her. And that's very possible. Because, yes, there's a lot of red flags with this guy. He has a lot of abusive behavior. But abusive behavior and an abusive past does not necessarily mean he harmed his child. It may. It may have. In all honesty, it may have. But he does. And if you read the Facebook comments, if you look at the pictures that he shared and things, he really loved this child. And so, Sleuth Mom, I'm not sure about that answer. Do you know the answer as to whether or not there is any reward money out there? It's a good question. She, Christola, 11 months, how much was she? She was actually born last year in February, on February 11th, and she was last seen May 10th of last year. So she was 3 months old when she went missing. And so, okay, Christola, thank you. I know you've got a lot of little ones around. So 25 to 30 pounds of born healthy weight. So it's, yeah, and height also, that would be important to take with that. No reward money. And sorry. That's infuriating to me that we have this little girl who went missing at 3 months old and there is no reward money out there. Now, most of us, reward money wouldn't matter. So some people may be like, well, what does reward money matter? Yes, you, me, and many of us here probably be like, no, if I knew where a child was, I don't need money. I'm going to reunite them with their family or whatever. But there is a group of people who will be much more likely to open their mouth about information they think might get them in trouble if there is a reward for it on the other end. In a case like this, where this little girl, if she is alive, okay, if there is that chance that she is alive, we're going to need someone who may be very, very reticent on letting people know that she's there because they know the person who may have her, and she may be being taken care of amazingly. This little girl might be the pride and joy of someone else right now. And so it's, keep that one quiet. She may be the pride and joy of some other family right now, but she still needs to be found. Okay, because she has an auntie and a dad and, okay, grandmother who love her and would love to see her brought back. Aquarian baby, basically what happened with the who turned her in as missing is the father, who everyone thought was the biological father until he did, again, sorry, I'm kind of retroing back and with this in case anyone is still stuck with us this long. And I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me this long. This is when we can really talk. The mom had put him down, Shannon down, as the father. And it was found out later that no, he was not the father. It was actually someone else. So the biological family then started saying, we want her. She is officially our blood and needs to come with us. As they filed suit, a complaint to get her back and take him to court, a couple weeks later, Shannon, fake dad, I guess, went and did a Facebook post saying that CPS arrived at his front door the day before and took the baby. And then a couple weeks later, of course, I'm not sure exactly the thing. Let me see here. Her bio dad and Julie May aren't speaking out for her. Facebook admins did the news interview for her. See, and that's even more of an issue, okay, because that hurts my heart when you hear that people who have that blood relationship aren't standing up for their child, for that blood child. And so she was 8 pounds at 3 months, according to this, which is a little bit, I even wondered about that myself. Where mom lost all custody at birth. And so I think there was some relationship, yes. But again, it's one of those things that child goes missing for all this time and nothing is reported again. And I'm sorry, whether or not I really don't believe him when he says someone shows up, maybe someone did. Maybe someone been looking at this little angel and was like, ooh, I want a child, and they did do this, but the chances are really slim. there's a much higher chance that he was involved in his adopt or adopt whatever daughter disappearance, Angel's disappearance. Much higher chance that he is related to it in some way. And so the problem is no one's really speaking up for her. You would think if anyone would be being spoken up for, it'd be a little one like this. Okay, and yet you have teenagers who go missing whose parents are more interested than anyone who's related to this child. Okay, as Sleuth Mom said, the Facebook admins are the ones who did the news interview for her. What? Where are our priorities? Okay, there's nothing going on here that makes sense. And that's the whole reason why I do have issues within this thing. Okay, there's so many areas within the system that is broke. Okay, I don't know. Okay, should he have gotten custody? Should he have not? Okay, Mom lied about who the dad was, but she probably was confused. She may have had a couple different relationships going and just picked the one that she liked the best. I don't know. But the problem is, if she was taken by CPS should have the record. Okay, if not, that's a totally different issue. Okay, he sits there and tells everyone, I'm related to CPS, I've got this, I've got that, whatever. Just so many red flags. I think if there's anything her case is teaching me right now, there's too many kids slipping through cracks right now. And they're slipping through cracks because people don't care that are close to them. And others don't want to see. And that's the hard part here. Because it does hurt to see this stuff. It hurts like hell to see this stuff day in and day out. When you see a child who's gone missing, and I had this discussion with Sleuth Mom, every time you hear of someone like Harmony, they were digging up the backyard today, and you're like, do you pray they find her? Or do you pray they don't find her? You're always fighting in your head on this because it's hard to acknowledge and figure out what is best. And I know as we discussed it, it's like, well, is there a time frame, maybe a month, 2 months, 3 months, where you start feeling like, you know what, closure is actually a positive ending at this point. Because those who do love this child that's missing would have their closure at least. It's hard. And then you feel horrible for even thinking that. So a lot of people, it's easier just not to think about it. And I understand that. I do understand that. But if we don't stand up for our children, who will? So we need to start coming together. Hey, MVS. Hey. Yeah, Sleuth Mom, it's hard to know they were found, but it's harder to know. Okay, to not know anything. It's like a person, if they've been a family member in Hawaii, we have a lot of people who go missing at sea. And the hardest thing in the world for some of those families is if they never find the body of their loved one. Because there's always that if question. And at some point, it's hard. But we have to come together. And I've been amazed to see this group of people who are coming together and are trying to figure out what can be done. Things like the idea of creating things on receipts. Again, I say this every week. If you have the time, and it doesn't take a lot of time, look at becoming a CASA, okay, CASA, a court-appointed, service advisor. You can go out there and help these children because, as Christola said, the system is overloaded, and it is. And that's why I can understand on some levels they are so overwhelmed. And are we giving them the money to do the job that they need to do? Are they, giving them the training that they need? What is being done to kind of help them with that process? But in the same front, and I think this happens a lot of times when you're in a career field where you feel like everything's on top of you and you can't get anything done, you finally give up. And I think that's one thing that has happened to many people who do work within the system. There are some amazing people, and they come in totally gung ho. Okay, totally. Like, I'm in here for a reason, because most of them went in there for a reason. Yes, you're going to have the ones who just want a job, but most go in for a reason. But over time, when you keep being told no, when you keep seeing all the negative, not being able to help do what you know needs to be done to really fix it, you start feeling like nothing you do is going to make a difference. And you just start clocking in. And you look at that huge stack of folders and you're like, okay, which one am I going to focus on today? Which ones do I focus on today? So we need to come together. We need to be part of that solution. We need to be part of helping with that. If anyone is interested in helping with this, because it is a full movement, we got to develop a full movement. Right now, we need to be making phone calls to people in these areas where a child like Angel has gone missing and get the word out that this child is missing. We need people to hit social media up and just start posting pictures of this little girl and all the other ones, the runaways. Is there a chance the guy hit her? I think there's very well a chance. I think the chance is probably equal to the chance that something bad happened, but I think there is a chance. There is another story. I forget the name of the guy, but he had 3 boys, and the 3 boys disappeared. This was decades ago. And he's been in jail actually all this time because he refuses to say what happened to his kids. He got them on Thanksgiving, if I recall. And he has stayed in jail because he refuses to say what happened. So people, again, are stuck. Did he do something to his children? Or did he give them away or sell them or something like that? And so you don't know. And the poor family that is stuck with that horrible unknown. I think Dad was released. Sleuth Mom, if you can verify, or anyone else, help me verify that one. Sorry, guys. I'm still kind of, Angel's case was really big at one time. Well, not really big, but kind of medium big at one point, and was getting coverage. So I'll be honest, I try to focus on the children that no one is looking at. I really have tried to focus on them and give them a voice. But I was noticing, and in talking with Sleuth Mom and all, no one was seeing anything about this little one anymore. And nothing was happening. There were no updates being given or anything like that. So I'm sorry, I don't have the answer to that. Seal, yeah, and I hope I'm saying your name right, Seal. It's been a struggle getting people to, I'm sorry, my bird is really getting noisy. It's been a struggle getting people to take an interest. We've had her group since the day she went missing. See, and that's the thing. These groups, and I've been in this group today. I joined today. Okay, like I said, I feel horrible that I took this long for me to join in on this thing. And because I should have, I knew her name. She's popped up. How many of you guys, okay, honestly, now it may just be me because I'm happen to look at missing children quite often, but have you seen Angel pop up in the last year on your feed, YouTube feed? I actually did. At one time, I was seeing her popping up in the feed on a routine basis, maybe once, twice a week, but then it disappeared completely because people give up hope, and we can't give up hope. It's like right now with Harmony. We can't give up hope. Just because everything is happening the way it is, we can't have to keep them at the forefront of our thoughts. Because in the case of Angel, her family isn't. And doesn't a little one like that deserve to have people who love her and care for her, even if she's not with us anymore? Doesn't she deserve to have people who truly care about her? People who are running this group on Facebook and trying to make sure people are caring about her and keeping an eye out for her. What it just comes down to is that we've got to be here for them. We've got Lena still missing out there, Lena Keel. I talked very briefly about her, but Lena is still missing. They dropped the Amber Alert, so now all of a sudden people are like, oh, there's no Amber Alert. We don't need to worry about it anymore. And that's the reason why I make the comment that I do about speculation. The moment we start speculating, people start thinking they know the solution. Dad is still in jail. Thank you so much, my dear. So there's our answer there. The moment we start speculating and saying, yeah, this is what happened to this child, is the moment people say, oh, well, yeah, the child's dead, so there's probably nothing we can do about it. No need to worry about anything anymore. We all remember our little girl from Chloe from Australia. People, no, parents killed her. Parents killed her. Okay, there's nothing to do about it anymore. She's probably dead. She was killed while they were at the beach and all that. And I heard people saying it. And yet what happened? She had been kidnapped by a guy from her own town. If people had listened to their own speculation and given up hope, they never would have found her. That's why you can't give up hope. Yes, you get to that point where you have to start wondering, is closure enough? And but you can't give up hope. You just can't do it. And Crystal, I get you. I'm kind of trying to follow chat, and sorry, I'm not the best on following chat yet. I need to get much better at that. But oh my gosh, thank you, Sleuth Mom. See, that's what happens when I go and listen to other people's chats while I'm doing this. Okay, I'm going to be redoing this thumbnail anyhow. So the new thumbnail will go out with that. And hopefully my community page will be up in time, because it should be within the next 24 to 48 hours. They say 7 days. So thank you, Sleuth Mom. There were actually 3 times I went to go change that. And every time, yeah, I got pulled away. Ain't it fun? And also, I can't believe that. I can't believe it. And also, oh my gosh. But yeah, I'll fix that. Actually gives me more reason to go in there and add in the second picture, because that was something that I look at and I'm like, yeah, we need to fix that. So for those of you who are interested, like I said, if you're interested in becoming an active member of a movement to make these changes, to make sure kids get noticed, okay, please send me an email. Please send me an instant message. Whatever it is that you need to send me, send it to me and I will get in touch with the people. I will get in touch with the people and see what can be done to kind of help out, because I know the more people we get, the more to help out with the projects. And for those of you who are in my own Discord, I have been, and in fact, let me pull that up right now. I've been reorganizing the Discord so that we not only are focusing on some of the actual mental health issues, but I've created the full Missing Mondays area where we can talk about cases, because I know a lot of people are interested in harmony. Here is my Discord link for anyone who is interested. Please feel free to come there also. Oh, do I need to? Okay, I will be pulling you in, my dear, for sure. Yeah, Sleuth Mom has been amazing. For those of you who don't have, in fact, I don't have my YouTube. I need to make you a mod, because you've been really, especially when it comes to all this stuff, if you're interested. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that out loud. And also, I say things out loud that I shouldn't, don't I? And also, but any help people have just sharing out, I really would appreciate. If any of you guys have any information about Angel, anything whatsoever, please, please feel free to email me at thelokomilife@gmail.com. There's a lot of stories out there, and every week I try to pick one. I'm going to try to do some more stories throughout the week coming up as life starts calming down a little bit. But like today, I was thinking about other potentials and all that. And then when I found out about the rally, I'm like, no, Angel needs to come back to everyone's view. So if you know of someone that you know needs to be brought up at that time, please let me know. And just as a reminder to everyone, Angel went missing on May 8th. She was last seen, actually, I saw the 10th, but I have the 8th written here, so I need to double check that, from Huntington, West Virginia. She's 1 foot 6 inches at the time of missing. She is now 11 months old. So she is not going to be this height or weight anymore. She does have auburn hair. So for those of you who don't know what auburn is, you're talking kind of like a brownish with a little bit of red. It's got red tinges to it. Or a light blonde, dark blonde with a strawberry tinge to it, and blue eyes. She does, and this is one thing that she would have no matter what, a strawberry-shaped birthmark on the back of her neck. So that's one thing that would not change. Now, of course, if she has longer hair, you may not see it. So, because I'm sure she's grown hair by now. Okay, she looks like my mom used to put a little piece of tape with a bow on my head because I had no hair when I was a little girl. So if you have any information whatsoever, please call the Huntington PD, area code 304-526-8585. Guys, we're the difference here right now in getting these stories out. This is how we're going to make that difference. How we're going to help the system is by helping them get word out. How we can come together and solve problems, because that's the only way we can do it. So please do me a huge favor. If you can give a thumbs up on this, if you can leave a comment, it will help get the video out there so more people will see it. And that's the key right now, is we need as many people as possible to see her face on that thumbnail. And also, if you guys can help me out with that. And yes, Christola, at a certain age, kids' hair changes color too, and that's what makes it so hard right now. So, so hopefully, what we have to do is pray, believe that God is acting here, and God has her in His arms right now. I talk about footsteps, and how during the hard times, there's only one set of footprints. If you've never seen that poem, there's always two sets of footprints, you and God, but all of a sudden it goes to one set of footprints. Well, that's because you're being carried by God. I pray that she's being carried by Him right now, no matter what happened to her, that He has her in His arms right now. So thank you all so much. I will be connecting with you as there's updates and changes and other stories and all. Please check out the other channels I was talking about tonight, because they are really focused on the whole movement also. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Everything True Crime, for sharing. Thank you so much. I will see y'all later. Aloha, goodbye, and talk soon.